All day, she has known exactly what she's going to eat after work.
来一份鸡排，要辣，要切，要辣，谢谢。看起来还好。
Chen Lanshu, age 34, is a chef.
待会来拿热的，然后味道重的东西，所以我就会来这里买。我觉得，因为很多鸡排味道其实它都加很多味精，所以它的鸡排是我吃起来感觉比较没有负担的，因为那种就是有加一点那种，其实你吃得出来。谢谢。
She's one of Taiwan's most renowned chefs of French cuisine.
Best female chef for 2014. From Lanshu Restaurant in Taiwan, it is Chef Lanshu Chen.
In 2014, Chen was voted Asia's best female chef. Her restaurant is in the city of Taichung in a 4-story building. The restaurant, which attracts socialites and business people alike, has around 50 seats, and they're always full. For the past 2 years, it has been voted one of Asia's 50 best restaurants. Lanshu is recognized for her signature cooking style. She uses French cooking techniques in combination with Taiwanese ingredients and elements of local food culture to create unique dishes that only a chef working there could produce.
Taiwanese ingredients and the taste of its products resonate most strongly with me. I try to include some of my childhood memories in these flavors. That's also fun to express. The moment my childhood and a present life connect, I believe that new creations are born.
Her story.
我是陈兰书，是台湾乐沐法式餐厅的主厨。我从小就很喜欢双手做料理，跟大家分享的乐趣。到了长大之后，真的做了厨师，我才真的理解，其实要把食材最好的那一面，在最好的一刻呈现给客人，是多么不容易的事情，也是多么需要在无时无刻都被注意的事情。
26 chefs rub shoulders in the restaurant kitchen. Lanshu is also the restaurant owner, and including service and business staff, she oversees a team of 60.
ice cream 还没有味道。如果这个东西味道不够，整道菜就没有意思了。因为我们现在要的是饭味道是淡的嘛，所以你这个 cream 它现在是咸味跟乌鱼子都不够。所以主要是乌鱼子量不够，所以它咸味也本来就不够了。它现在偏甜，它只剩下甜味。我不知道是不是因为高汤太甜，但是可能因为咸度不够，所以它只有甜味跑出来。他们不能每次都只是照食谱，好不好
Lanshu's normally relaxed expression is nowhere to be seen when she is in the kitchen. She gives strict instructions about everything from the handling of the ingredients to the food's taste and texture and the details of its presentation.
The chef is very strict about how to cut vegetables. For example, she's particular about the difference between 2 and 3 millimeter cuts. The chef often says to me, "I'm sure you can do better than that."
Once the lunchtime rush is over, Lanshu and her team grab a bite to eat when they can. Today's lunch is cold chicken on rice, made from leftovers by one of the younger chefs.
你们这个摆盘不是很好看，我就觉得一整个很尴尬。我的这一碗就是摆的很难呈现出美味的感觉。你今天做原餐啊？哦，
我跟你说，你下次那个鸡肉，你一开始就要先 season， 不然你没有味道。你们有酱汁，因为酱对不对？
可能是打冰的时候泡久，因为我原本昨天有腌一个晚上的那个 brine。
你有腌，吃起来不像有腌。好了，那你要先套一个塑胶袋，你不要让水进去，你水进去，你所有鸡的味道都不见啊。
哦，对。
对啊，好吧，谢啦。
谢谢。
By the time Lanshu finishes work and returns home, it's past 11 o'clock. Lanshu currently lives in an apartment in central Taichung.
I live by myself at the moment. My son sometimes comes to visit. He lives together with his dad.
She's separated from her husband, but tries to find the time to meet with her 8-year-old son. Lanshu's parents were also busy with their careers during her own childhood, and she lived with her grandmother and grandfather. Lanshu says that those were her formative years. Lanshu lived with her grandparents in Yilan County in eastern Taiwan. With fertile land and a rich supply of water, Yilan is known as a major center for the farming of rice and other crops.
In my family, everybody loved to eat. And when I lived together with my grandparents, my grandfather taught me how to polish rice. He was always teaching me how to cook tasty rice and prepare delicious meals. I needed to prepare broth and use other in-depth cooking methods. From an early age, it was drummed into me that the same ingredient can be expressed in different ways.
In Taiwan, however, nothing is more important than a good education, and Lanshu went to study at Taiwan University, Taiwan's top institution. There, she studied English literature. Later, when she started thinking seriously about her future, Lanshu came to realize what she really wanted to do.
I found out that cooking really excites me and that I can do it every day without getting bored. It's also something you can share with people. If I cook, I can share it with my family and friends, and sharing with them makes me happy. That's why I came to a decision.
After graduating university, Lanshu left behind her academic pedigree to leap into the world of French cuisine. She studied at famous restaurants in France and America, honing her culinary skills. In 2008, she returned to Taiwan. At the tender age of 27, she opened her own restaurant. At first, she found it difficult to attract customers, and the business didn't really get off the ground.
In the beginning, I wanted to share with everybody the French cuisine I'd studied. I wanted to show them authentic French cuisine. That's why I used the imported ingredients I grew accustomed to during my training in France. Gradually, though, I found my own cooking less and less satisfying. It started to become less fun.
Lanshu also had a problem with high staff turnover. She was very demanding, but didn't yet have the necessary communication skills. During this difficult period, she remembered the time she spent with her grandfather and grandmother back in her hometown.
This is something often made in my hometown of Yilan. It's called caipu, and it keeps well. The smell is quite strong.
Caipu is made by drying radish and rubbing it in salt. It's very familiar in Taiwan as a food that keeps for a long time, and it's frequently made by people in Lanshu's hometown.
The first time I ever cooked by myself was when I was 10, and I made a traditional homemade omelet using caipu. I was taught that you should make sure the eggs are slightly browned. That releases the fragrance.
When her restaurant was in trouble, she thought of this dish.
It's a taste I truly remember. I decided to try and incorporate some of those tastes of my childhood into my cooking.
Lanshu had the idea of reinventing traditional Taiwanese flavors using modern cooking methods. The caipu is combined with fresh cream and lightly cooked egg, and then filtered to produce a thick soup. The soup is carefully whisked to produce a smooth texture. It is then mixed and chilled. And the result is caipu foam. Lanshu has successfully transformed a traditional omelet into a sophisticated modern dish. These new innovations helped save the restaurant. There was a favorable response from customers, and business began to pick up.
When you eat it, it feels very familiar, yet very new at the same time. It's an interesting dish and fun to eat.
It's wonderful, refined food.
Lanshu continued to develop her unique approach. She began making active use of local Taiwanese ingredients and also including traditional elements in her flavors. Lanshu's passion for food spread to her staff, and the restaurant became increasingly successful.
I realized that good taste can really give diners an emotional experience. It also makes me happy. More and more, I found myself enjoying being creative.
Eventually, Lanshu began to attract international attention, and now she's a regular participant at culinary events held around the world. She has become an ambassador of Taiwan's new gastronomic culture. The inspiring women of Asia. What do they carry in their purses?
I have my wallet, my phone charger, and my phone. Oh, and my passport. I always carry it. Once I forgot it, and it was a big issue, so I always carry it with me. And my notebook is very important. I write down the names of food, draw sketches of different combinations, and record my ideas here. When I might be able to use something, I take a look and think about it. For the last few years, I've constantly been thinking about ways to effect slight changes in flavor by adjusting the taste, texture, and volume of ingredients. For example, even with the same ingredients, making them into a puree gives an immediate flavor. The texture can change how quickly the taste is conveyed. Little changes have a big impact on the harmony of the finished dish. I want to create a real experience from the first bite through to the final aftertaste.
Lanshu visits the producers of her ingredients to further research various tastes. Today, she's going to a supplier 1 hour's drive from Taichung.
老板，哎，老板好，你好，你好，你好，终于来了。
This is a poultry farm that supplies her eggs.
大家很激动，他一整个很激动。
When selecting where to procure her eggs, Lanshu sourced eggs from all over Taiwan and compared their taste. She says this farm's eggs were closest to the taste she was after.
Does the way you raise the chickens affect the taste?
Yes, it does. 30% of the taste is determined by the variety of chicken. The remaining 70% is their diet. We feed our chickens on seaweed. Giving them seaweed produces a thick egg white with a good fragrance. It's full of nutrients.
你来介绍吧。
水蛋白先喝掉，那浓蛋白不要吃，换一个地方。
You're right. There's a slight taste of the sea.
That's right. The taste is a little different for each part.
Learning from the producers helps Lanshu gain a deeper understanding of various flavors as she incorporates them into her creations. Lanshu is currently working to develop more new dishes. Today, she's preparing a new item for the summer. Together with her deputy head chef, she goes through various cooking and tasting trials.
跟 chef 一起创作料理，会不会觉得很辛苦？那是一定的。
啊，那是一定的，我还以为你会说不会。
那是一定的，因为这也是我在学习的地方。那些老板都是。
Today's experiment is a new fish dish. Made from olive flounder, red caviar, and peas, the dish is served with a refreshing sauce made from marjoram. This is already the 5th trial. They can't, however, quite find the taste they are looking for. Lanshu decides to add a fish soup to create a deeper taste. After further consideration, she comes up with another new idea.
This is sponge made from powdered peas. It's cooked on the hot plate to singe it a little and bring out the fragrance.
For unusual combinations of ingredients, Lanshu seeks to create dishes with a surprising look and texture. She pursues subtle tastes and textures in her creations.
That's nice. That's nicer. 有点太深。
The peas feel undercooked and hard. They aren't quite right. I want to add more flavors. It feels too light. The texture is good now. If we had some more cream, the sauce would taste just right.
Lanshu has nearly finished creating her new dish. She continues her strive for perfection, refusing to rest upon the laurels of her success.
Over the course of the next year, I want to express myself more, not just through French cuisine, but also by conveying the spirit of Chinese cuisine. I'm focusing on trying to incorporate all I've learned into new concepts. In the next 5 years, I think I can greatly transform my own repertoire and create something new.